Hello, Cancer, and welcome back to TenPaths Tarot. Today, Spirit has given us a very important message for you. Spirit wants you to know that you are loved. And Spirit recognizes that you're currently going through a hardship, and there is the possibility of coming out of that soon. Some of that will be up to you. So let's start. Let's start with the Oracle card. And we have the teepee. So we're talking about home and the necessity to move on to new pastures, to follow the game, to start afresh, to start a new cycle. And so let's look now at the first set of 4 cards, and let me give you a picture of that. And so since we're reading counterclockwise, let's start with the 2 of stones. Now here we have a bear, and a bear represents resourcefulness. That's you. You're resourceful, you're strong, and you decided at some point you weren't going to let obstacles stand in your way. You were going to get what you wanted. And so he is at one point in his life, or her life, and he or she is crossing onto new pastures. But that was in the past. And then you had those 2, we have another 2. We have those 2 possibilities. One is very blah, one is very fanciful, and you're leaning toward the one that is more within your vision. This is the direction you want to travel. So you have double 2s. Then you have the Knight of Scrolls. And scrolls in this deck represent our thoughts. The Knight goes forward with clear thinking. He has a little mynah bird on his shoulder, and that mynah bird is telling him how to have the grandeur of a peacock. So this person feels like, I know what I want is a little beyond my reach, but that is what I want to travel toward. And that's okay. But something happened. Something happened in this forward movement. Suddenly things became dark. And here we have the owl. This also, in other decks, represents the Hanged Man, looking at things from a different perspective. Something happened on this forward moving path where you felt like your dreams could come true, and it just got very dark. The owl can still see. The owl can see in the dark. He has to concentrate to reach his target, and he may have to adjust his outlook several times before he moves. Now comes the interesting part. Let's take a look at the next 4 set of cards. And so we had the Hanged Man, or the owl, and overlapping the 2 sections is another hanged man. And again, this is the need to look at things from a different perspective. And Spirit is rushing to the rescue. This indicates there's been a major shift in thinking, or a need for a major shift in thinking in order to move forward constructively. Our current energy is the Five of Cups. Here we show a widow. This could represent an actual loss of a significant other, but it also could represent just a loss of something that was really important to us, or really important to how we saw ourselves. It will mean different things for different people, but she is so focused on these spilled cups, on the fallen cups. She still has more cups to draw on, but right now she can't even see them. She's in a state of mourning and indecision as to how to move. And the next card says that this is a very intense energy in your life right now. Next we have the Three of Swords. And we get the Three of Swords when something has just, crushed us inside, made us feel like it just sucked the breath right out of us. And here it shows a man walking away in the background. So it could be, again, about a significant other, since we have a widow here. The widow may not be literal. This could be a relationship that has broken apart, or it could be even a business that you had started that failed. Something failed in your eyes, and you are having trouble moving past that. It could be just yourself. You feel disappointed in yourself, but something is just stabbing at you with this Three of Swords. And then we come to what can be. What can be? We still have free will. And Spirit is saying that loud and clear. Spirit gave me 2 cards for this ending, and they're 2 different extremes. We can have what we want. And here we have that pair again, suggesting that this has to do with possibly a significant other, or something that is very meaningful to you at the very least. And we can have this. It may not quite be how we envisioned. It could be better. But right now, we are so crushed, and so we just can't wrap our head around it. And we keep trying to think of a better way to think of all this, but we keep coming back to bleakness. But this is a real possibility. That is what Spirit is telling you. You can take what you've learned through all of this. You can decide to move forward beyond this and continue to grow. Or you can do what you're doing currently and just feel in a complete state of defeat. And here we got 2 cards. There's a 50-50 chance. It's really up to you. You are going to be the deciding factor. Do you want this, or do you want this? If you want this, look at what she has had to do. She has had to step outside. She has had to take action and step outside. She was locked in this room of thought, locked in this room of mourning, what might have been but isn't. Or she can step out into the world and be open to other dreams coming in. And that is the message for you today, Spirit. If this is about a significant other and losing them in some way, whether it's through illness or someone left, I'm sorry that you're having to go through this. I really am. If this is about internal distress. Internal distress because something was so disappointing to you that you have trouble moving beyond that. And whether that disappointment was life circumstances or I don't know what it was, but whatever has left you feeling in this horrible state, again, I am so sorry you are having to go through this. I wish I could magically fix it for you. Spirit is saying they can't magically fix it for you. A lot is going to be determined by your own actions. You're going to have to find a way to move on beyond this in order to have what you want. What you want is there. This is what Spirit is telling you. It's not a maybe. It's there. But if you keep staying in the same energy and do not find a way out of it, and I know it can be difficult, I've been there myself, you can move ahead. And that is what Spirit wants you to do. But Spirit is saying this is still your option. It's really up to you. And that is all I have for you today, Cancer. I hope this reading wasn't for everyone because this one made me sad. But I can't be a reader and only give you messages. Really, it's a hopeful message. I know there's someone out there in intense pain, but Spirit is saying you're really close to something better, but you're going to have to give up the pain. Giving up the pain, he wants to tell me, or it wants to tell me, is not a weakness. It's a strength. Okay? Spirit is saying giving up the pain, for some reason you feel obligated to keep the pain, either because you feel like you deserve it, or you've had a series of hardships and you just feel defeated, but you're not. That's what Spirit is saying. That's all I have for you today, Cancer, and bye for now. I hope you come back again. I really do. I hope the next message will be brighter.